Five, four, three, two, one. This is Jeremy the Jedi Guillory here, also known as the Jedi 08. I am back and in full-time mode here. I know I have a lot, and I mean a lot of explaining to do. 11 years ago, I made a legendary announcement saying that I was going to be posting more videos. More videos did come, and they also went. Due to circumstances beyond my control, I had to remove a lot of videos due to sensitive content. Based off of where I was at the time. I also had situations where where YouTube was interfering with my career choice at the time, to where I had to choose career or YouTube videos, and I chose career. But due to things that have recently changed in my life, and post-pandemic era, post-marriage, kids, and everything, I have made the decision, my own personal decision, that it is time for me to come back. 10 to 11 years is way too long to bridge a gap without a formal announcement. Last video I did was Ice Bucket Challenge, and obviously I disappeared off the face of the earth. People have been asking me, hey, where have you been? Where have you been doing? You know, why'd you stop making videos? And at first it was time constraints, had technical issues. I have no idea what happened to my computer that I made most of my videos from. So there's that situation. But I am going to be working heavily on recent demands to come back. Hopefully now I am still working full time. I will tell you that. I am still working full time. But I am thinking about making a comeback. Hopefully make videos every weekend to showcase new talent, and hopefully do better than what happened last time I tried to do videos. I know I tried several different venues and topics and things. Some worked, some didn't. Some got more views, some didn't. Obviously, review videos kind of worked, maybe. I know reaction videos kind of had their own thing, but I'm going to try something else this time. Now, when I first started this channel back in November of 2008, I made videos about current topics of discussion and things. Some videos did make it to mainstream and did go viral. Some of them didn't. The biggest one was David Carradine moment and things. But after a while, I was like, well, after around 2011 or so, I was like, well, maybe current events isn't the top way to go. Now, I was still doing current event topics during that time, but looking back at them now, current events age poorly. They age very poorly. Some of these videos I watch on YouTube now age poorly too. But not so much. The historical videos and things like that I normally watch, like for sports, Jack Day or 9, Tom Grossi, some others, What Culture, Wrestling, WrestleMania, all those guys, you know, when you look at those videos currently, they're good. Jack Gator now and Mr. Beat and all that, they are talking about history. And there's no aging poorly with that unless something else comes up in relation to that topic. So, what I have decided instead is something completely different. I'm not going to go to history lessons or anything because you can find that all over YouTube. And those topics for me are very, very slim. Now, as a coaching major and PE licensure, I can easily talk about those topics. I can easily go into coaching philosophies and the different aspects and break down plays and things. All that is very easy to do. But like I said, that's going to be current events. You know, where if I break down plays like from this past Super Bowl and things, I can do that. I can create a separate channel for that and break down everything from a coaching perspective as to what went right, what went wrong. You know, but how much will that actually age well? You know, I'm looking into the future, not in the past. I am looking for something that will not make it look like it's aging whatsoever. I'm looking for, let's focus in on from right now to the future. And something that just will not age at all, stand the test of time, and won't tarnish anyone's legacy. And that's kind of what I want this channel to be about now, is legacies. And what better to start with a legacy than to do my own podcast. So when I say start my own podcast, I mean, it's going to be more than just sports. There's going to be a lot of wrestling in it. There's going to be probably some football in there. Interviews. We're going to have a whole special episodes lined up of podcast interviews those episodes are going to be called No Topic Barred. It was going to originally be No Holds Barred, but I do believe that there is already a podcast called that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that there is a podcast already called No Holds Barred. So I'm going with No Topics Barred, just in case. And whenever I start those No Topic Barred sessions, these sessions are going to come up whenever I get enough traction and enough viewers, enough subscribers, where I get noticed. This channel gets actually noticed a lot more than just me recording for shorts, more than just me recording videos and posting videos. Those times when I can actually go live, and I mean live, and I can bring a guest on, and what they will do is they will be asked different questions regarding their careers, regarding their lives. And they're going to be controversial topics. They're going to be hard-nosed topics. Topics that fans wanted to know, but they would always avoid. There's going to be no avoiding this. They cannot avoid the questions unless it could tarnish their legacy, which is something we don't want to do. We don't want to tarnish their legacy or careers or their image. Or they can't say it due to legal reasons. So, for example, there's a lawsuit or something. We need to make sure that they don't say something that could cause legal issues, where they can pull this video and say, well, you said this. You said this here. What changed between then and now? Now, my question, one of the questions is going to be, what changed between here and now? Yes. But it's not going to be like a bad legal issue. I'm going to try to avoid legal issues. I'm going to try to avoid politics. Politics is very difficult right now to avoid. But there are certain things that you can do to avoid them. Now, if I interview things like Hulk Hogan or Jeremy Hart, there's a question in there that it's going to be very hard for me to go political. It really is right now. But I'm going to try to avoid making it political as much as I can, if I do manage to ever interview either one of those two. And to some people, political can go different directions, but I'm not going to go into full political mode. I'm going to be asking these questions and seeing if they can actually defend those questions to say that this was the best choice. I may ask some questions that in hindsight would have been better if they did this. And they should just answer just a simple yes or no. If you knew that this was going to happen, would you have done it differently? Yes or no? And that's something that I find very beneficial to them, to the channel and to the legacies that go on. Now, the podcast is going to be wrestling. The shows I'm going to be doing are mostly going to be wrestling. My emphasis in college was football and basketball. So, there may be some topics on them. There may be some interviews or no topic barred on football, basketball, wrestling, other topics, other sports, baseball maybe. And I am going to see if we could get more viewers as possible. I'm going to do shorts. Each podcast that I do, I'm going to have a little short on each one. There is going to be a co-host, either the first episode or a little down the line, about the topics. One of the topics may be something from the 90s, because me and him grew up in the 90s. So there's those topics. There's probably topics from the 2000s, because historical topics are going to stand the test of time because they already happened. They're not going to be current events. There are already past events that have happened. So I'm going to shy away from current events, focus on future events and things that happen in the future. Now, I may do reaction videos. I might do some more reaction videos and breakdowns of things like what happened in this NFL season, last NFL season, breakdown SmackDown, Raw, maybe do some AEWs if I manage to watch them. AEW, I can share my personal opinion on AEW later on, because that's going to be a very long 30 to 45 minute video on their current state. And I'm going to save that for later. That way, whenever I get more traction, I can say those statements. And those are statements that a lot of fans, I've noticed, a lot of fans have been saying lately. And if AEW stays alive that long, I will share my thoughts of back now to even the current, and say exactly how I feel. Now, those who know me personally, those who have seen my videos, know I can go very harsh, very honest, very controversial. Every single thing you can think of. I have absolutely no filter. No filter whatsoever. My SMCC video cost me my scholarship with them. Did I care? Did I give a fuck? No. I gave absolutely no care in the world as to what they would have said or did. Now, is that one of the videos I deleted? I don't know. I cannot say. This should be either my 100th or 101st video that is actually surviving on this channel right now. When I was called into the office regarding those videos, I had to delete almost 25% of the videos, all because of different things that they said were wrong with it. The curses in 7 seconds, all the curse words in 7 seconds video, where I try to do all the curse words in the quickest time. I try my best to defend that video, as saying that is a historical fact to be more educational than anything. But at the time that I had been questioned about it, there were some regrets to it. Some professional regrets. I had to say, look, that was taken out of context. It was more or less educational. I know better now not to do it. And things like that. And what ended up happening was I had to take it down because of where I was at the time. Who I was, where I was, and everything else. That video comes to light, I could have lost my job. So, it's just things like that. And I had to be more visual, more careful, more thoughtful of every single thing that I was doing. So that's why current topics, aging, them aging is aging like milk and things, it's not going to help. The video of me talking about the oil spill from 2010, that video is no longer relevant now. Is the Gulf Coast still feeling the effects? Probably, but it's still too old to be relevant. The videos from 2014 are too old to be relevant. The ones from 2012, 2011, not even worth it. There were times when I had technical difficulties with a no mic. Things like that. And, I was just thinking, what could I do to make the channel grow more? And throughout college, I was thinking about that sometimes. And then things just keep on getting in the way. My uncle died, and I had to move out of the dorms and into an apartment complex. And that made my schedule even more hectic. I was doing intramurals, I was doing refereeing, I was refereeing high school games, I was refereeing middle school games, and all these other things that were going on in my life. And in 2016, I started working for a call center. I left there in 2020. Went to Regions Call Center. Got fired a month later. COVID hit during that time as well. So I was out of work. I was thinking about starting the YouTube channel back then, trying to figure out what to do, but ended up having different things going on during that time too. And even then, I don't even know what happened to my computer at all. Come to think about it, I don't even remember when I lost my computer. So there was that too. I also lost my login information from this channel. I forgot what it was and how to log in because it was all on that computer. And then I go up in 2017, or sorry, 2018, got married. 2019, had a child, had a son. Had to focus in on that. And then in 2021, I moved back here to Summit, Mississippi. I'm currently living in Summit. Now, as y'all know or remember, the main bulk of my YouTube channels were here in Macomb and Summit, Mississippi. That's where the majority of the YouTube videos were recorded. Were here in this town. Most of them were recorded in my grandmother's living room. And I did a lot of videos. Now, after an event that happened, that they were moved from Summit, Mississippi to Macomb, Mississippi. And I continued those videos there in Macomb, Mississippi at my uncle's house. I continued. When I graduated from Southwest and I went to USM, I continued making the videos. They weren't as much, but I still started recording more and more videos. Almost every single chance I got, I was recording videos. I was making videos. People knew who I was because of those videos. They knew who I was, and they would call me, "Oh, you're the Jedi. You're the Jedi." It's no longer Jeremy Guillory. It's Jeremy the Jedi Guillory. "Oh yeah, I know you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know, things like that. And there's different origins to the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My intro. When I first started making videos, if you look at the first probably 4 or 5 videos, I did not do that intro. It was people complaining about those videos that made me to do it. And by people, I mean my family. Family felt embarrassed by me doing those videos. "Oh, why are you making videos? Why are you doing this? Why are you doing that?" And I felt offended by it. I felt like they were, holding me back from it. Because they felt embarrassed to say that my son makes YouTube videos. So I did that to say, screw the critics, screw the people. I'm going to do what I need to do. I'm going to do what I want. I'm an adult. And I'm going to show you on exactly what I can do. And when you look back at my videos, how many videos actually have the most controversial and strong topics out there? How many videos that you've watched actually had the best views and most controversial things said? How many videos did you see where I had absolutely no regret in saying what I said? And I would say exactly on how I was thinking and feeling at that time. Now, those are the reasons why those videos are not going to age well. Is because they are current topics. And as far as the reviews of Raw and things, I'm thinking more or less do reviews of the pay-per-views, the PLEs. The WWE PLEs that they do each month, I may do reviews of those. I might do live reactions of those, or something like a post show where I talk about what had happened and give out predictions of what's going to happen next. I might do that. And those videos and those podcasts are most likely going to be for major PLEs, those that will actually last for the test of time. WrestleMania is the biggest one. Everyone's going to remember our WrestleMania. Everyone's going to remember most SummerSlams. There are so many things that people would remember happening. They'll go into the archives and say that this moment was a memorable moment. I may talk about that one moment. Even if it's years down the road, I may talk about that moment and what I remember on what happened on that specific day and moment. And that's going to be more of a fan reaction, fan service for that. And as my time as aging gone by, have I learned things? Yes. Am I going to be toning things down? Maybe. But I'm still going to be the same old Jeremy the Jedi Guillory. I am still going to be the Jedi 08. The podcast has yet to have a name yet. I am still open to suggestions for a name. And I am just so ready to begin and do it. That's another thing. The topic for the first episode. If I'm able to make the video, the podcast, before this year's WrestleMania, if I'm able to make that topic or make the first episode before the WrestleMania, the topic will be WrestleMania venues and which ones were the best and what does it take to be for them to choose the best WrestleMania for it. The reason for that video is simply what's going on next year. Next year, they're going to be in New Orleans for the third time in the last 11 years. Now, think about this. They were in there. The first time that they were in New Orleans was WrestleMania 30. 4 years later, at WrestleMania 34, they're back in New Orleans. And now, another 12 years after WrestleMania 30, they are back in New Orleans. That's 3 times they've been in New Orleans in the last 12 years. And the first time that they've been in New Orleans since 34, they're coming up on 41. So first time in 8 years. And I remember WrestleMania 40 like it was yesterday because I was there. That was the first WrestleMania I went to. And I remember exactly what all happened. Main event, they trashed it. It was like they were trashing it to where they would never show up again. This time it sounds like they are doing that just out of spite to make up for that main event. to give us a better main event. But why? Why, after 8 years, are they choosing this one? Do they have a specific rotation that they're going? Are they following the Super Bowl venues? Because if you notice recently, they've been going to the same venues that the Super Bowl was in the year prior. You know, what is the reason for them going to choosing these specific venues? And why are some of these venues being chosen more so than anything else? Why are these venues being chosen more so than this other one? Why have they been to New York so many times? Why were they in Tampa 2 years in a row? Now, we all know why they were in Tampa 2 years in a row, pretty much. Why they had the same logo 2 years in a row. That's no big secret. But was it worth them doing that? Is the question. Why should they have the same venue 2 years in a row? Which one was the worst venue and which one was the best? Why have they only been to certain places only one time? Why is it that they chose Dallas in different occasions so many years apart to where people still remember them being there? You know, how many times have they been in Texas? How many times have they been in Florida? How many times have they been in New York? Or even California? How many times have they actually done those events? And why are they choosing those events specifically for that time? Next year, they're going to be in Indianapolis for so many major PLEs. And I haven't even started on that yet. I might even do that soon, too. Why are they choosing this place here? Is it worth them choosing the same venue for so many different events at the same time? You know, it's things like that gets the mind and the gears turning in my head as to what's going on. Is it worth them doing that? Is it worth them actually having that event there? That's why I'm doing those podcasts. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing now. The reason why is to gain enough traction so that fans can get the questions answered that they want to get answered. Is so that I can gain enough traction so I can start doing those no topic barred questions. Get those questions answered that every fan and whatever sports topic it is that they've been hammering for. And just been dying to know. Why was there the finger point of doom? Would there have been something different done? Why did Tom Brady retire twice and come back? Why did, why did Jordan hate Krause? And was it really because, if he was in Krause's shoes, would he have done the same thing? Things like that. Things that people have asked. And trust me, I'm going to go through whenever I bring them up here before. So I'm going to work on looking at every past interview that they've been in to make sure that I'm not asking old questions. And if I do ask them a question that's already been asked before, oh well. Oh well, at that point. Doesn't hurt for them to answer it again. And if they give out a different answer, you know the truth at that point. There are going to be questions that I probably will ask that have been answered in other interviews, but they're going to be in a different format. It's going to be more like, would you have done it differently? In hindsight, would you have done a better job at this? Things like that. What was the reason behind all this? And is there a way that it could have gone differently? Would have been better off if you did it this way? Those kind of questions. Those kind of questions are the questions that I'm going to be asking my guests, so that they can actually defend themselves, so that they can actually say that this is what they were going to do, and they're going to defend them as if they don't regret doing so. Because if you regret something, that means that you're a man, that you did something wrong. And I've learned throughout the years, don't live your life with regrets. I've done some regrets that I've done in my life. I've done some things that I'm pretty sure not everyone would be proud of. And, I've had to defend them. Every single thing that I've said in this video about what happened with the channel, I have no regrets on. I don't regret doing any of those things. The deleting of the videos where it could have tarnished who I was or put a bad name for me professionally. Did I regret deleting those? In a way, yes, but I had no choice in the matter. They gave me a list of the videos that I had to delete. In order to keep my job, I had to delete those videos. I chose my career over that because that was bringing in money. YouTube was not. I'm doing all this for free. I am doing these videos, these podcasts, everything under no monetization until further notice. If I get a sponsor or something else that shows up, am I going to take it? I'll consider it and things. But, all these videos were initially for fun. All my videos were initially for fun. It wasn't going to be a career out of it. I didn't care about money at that time. I was 20 years old when I started these videos. I was 20 years old when I started this channel. And you honestly think that I cared or gave 2 cents about money at that time? Hell no. Hell no. I was just enjoying college life. I just wanted to be in college and actually enjoy my time. And, people would complain about the videos I make or make fun of the videos I make. Did it hurt me when they made fun of me? Yes. Did it send me into anxiety and depression? You better believe it. But I did not regret them. I still don't regret the videos I have on here. I give absolutely no cares in the world what people say about those videos. the number one thing that I've always asked is for you to like, share, subscribe, and comment on those videos. You know, tell me what I can do better. Tell me what I can do, what went right, what went wrong. You know, I always ask that. You know, if you're going to leave a comment, tell me what I can improve on to make this channel grow. That's been my whole goal ever since I started this channel, is what can I do to make it grow? And every single time I've advertised by mouth, but in person. You know, have you seen my YouTube channel? You know, I always go by the Jedi08. And I don't care how much traction I get. I don't care how much they're going to say, oh, well, this is a copyright. You need to change your name. I've been going by this name since 1998. Okay? Ain't no way I'm changing my name whatsoever. I've been known as the Jedi since I was 10 years old, for various reasons. I am not, and I mean I am not, about to change my name just because some legal exec got offended by the name I go by. Do people get concerned that, oh, they're just saying that just to make fun? Yes and no. Frankly, I don't give a care if people don't like that name. I don't give a care on that. You know? All I know is that I'm going to be Jeremy the Jedi Guillory from the time from here, now, and forever, till the day I die. My tombstone will even read, here lies Jeremy the Jedi Guillory, August 24th, 1988 to whatever day that I die. And I don't care if some legal person from Disney or Lucasfilms or wherever goes up and says, that name needs to be scratched off. No. You're dealing with the dead man at that point. You're dealing with the dead man at that point. You cannot just simply say, change your name. No. I worked too hard to get this copyright and trademarked. So, yeah, you're not going to do that. Not that easy, not that difficult. So, yeah, I'm not going to fight with that legal nonsense on that. But yes, to answer your question, where have I been? Why haven't I been making videos? There's several reasons that I've said in the last 49 minutes, 5 seconds in this video by itself. You know, I had college life. I had to move out of the dorms. I had a major family member die. I had to move into an apartment. I got married, had kids, had jobs that was taking up most of my time. And this channel deserves time and commitment for. Time and commitment that I didn't really even have at that time. And to make things worse, all my family is like, no, don't do this. Don't do this. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't be making these videos. Screw that. Screw it. These videos are my legacy. They're going to be my life. These videos are exactly who I am. These videos are going to let people remember who I am and what I stood for. These videos are going to say, this guy was not afraid to speak his mind and say exactly what he was thinking. None of these videos, none of my videos, press videos, or anything was ever scripted. This video right now is not scripted at all. I'm saying all this on the top of my head. So, don't you even be thinking that these videos are too long or whatever. Oh, people were complaining about these videos being 10 minutes long of me ranting and talking and things. I'm at 51 minutes and 20 seconds right now. Do you think I give a care on what you think about me just talking and walking around my house right now? No, this video was originally supposed to be like 10, 15 minutes, probably even 20 minutes of me promoting my podcast and explaining what happened. But no, I'm almost at an hour long doing this. That's a perfect example of commitment right there. That shows my commitment and my passion towards this channel. This shows you exactly who I am and what I'm all about. Me going without a script, saying everything on the top of my head, and saying exactly what people don't expect to hear is why I'm doing this. It is exactly why I'm doing what I'm doing. Would I love to do skits and things? Hell yes, I probably will be doing skits. I'll probably do a Saints reaction skit eventually. You know, I might be doing all that. You know, a Saints fan reaction to this. I might be doing that. That may be a different channel. That may be this channel. I don't know yet. I might do a coach's reaction to the thing. To something that's happening. I mean, I know I keep on saying no current events. But things just keep on rattling in my head saying, well, what about this? What about that? What about doing a reaction to the Super Bowl? Coach's reaction to the Super Bowl. You know, something that will last the test of time. And not just say, oh, well, this coach or Saints reaction to this particular week. When I look at a video and I see reaction to week 12, I want to know what week 12 you're talking about. Because when I look at that week 12, and I'm expecting it to be this week 12 of this year, and it was like 3 years ago, no. That's old news. That things have changed since then. Aaron Rodgers is not with that team anymore. I don't want to hear all that. I don't want to hear, oh, well, what's this guy doing? What's this guy doing with that team? You know, that's my question. Why is this guy with that team right now? I mean, whenever I play Madden or whatever, and I see this player on this team, and then I look them up or something and be like, oh, wow, This person's been here since, like, right after this game came out. It shows age. It shows age, and that's why they don't do Madden games for after so many years. I think the limit is like 2 or 3 years. They stop having those Madden games available and things. I mean, I love playing classic Madden games. I love playing classic video games. I still play the Pokemon. Gen 1 and Gen 2. I might start doing Gen 3 eventually, but I don't know when. Or if ever, really. You know, things like that. I do, yes, do game. Yes, I do work hard. I'm not even going to go into the topics of what I do for a living. And I've been doing that for a very long time now. And it's not even sports related. I'm not even going to talk about my actual work on this channel. Because it's going to be irrelevant to this channel. And not beneficial to anyone watching this channel. And it's going to interfere with what I do for a living. Would it reduce some calls? Maybe. Maybe it would, but I'm not going to jeopardize myself and get myself fired for saying what I would like to say on those topics. Okay? I've heard them all. There's a YouTube or there's a channel of a guy making those responses. And that comedian no longer works at IKEA anymore. Because he quit that job to do those things. And he's gained a lot of traction on that. When I retire or something, will I make videos parodying, well, I've heard, not using the actual names and shit? Yes. Maybe. Maybe I will. Just to show how ridiculous things are. Just to show how ridiculous some things that I've heard are. Not from the management standpoint, not from all that, but just general ridiculousness that there is in the line of work I do now. But the only way for me to do it and for me to comment on all that is if I'm not working in that field anymore. It's going to be when I retire from that line of work. And it's going to be not just what I'm doing now. It's going to be for that field in general. Not just, this specific thing. No. It's going to be for that career in general. Where it's not even talking about them or the company or anything else. It's going to be talking about what I've heard, said, and done there in that line of work. I might even talk about my personals. Talk about my health situations. There's some things that have happened to me that I might not feel comfortable about talking about right now, but it has to be addressed. Personal health issues that I'm going to have to say and talk about and acknowledge that would have to come out due to different things in life. May have to do all that. So, please like or dislike or whatever it is now. I believe you can only like. Please share this video. Get the traction out there. Get my podcast out there and ready. Subscribe so you can be ready for the podcasts and be ready for all the videos and topics I'm going to be talking about, because this is going to be a long ride. A long ass ride. And I hope every weekend, starting soon, every weekend, I'm going to be on here making a video. Hopefully not going to be an hour long, but hopefully a good video. Maybe some shorts, maybe some good videos along the way. And I hope y'all are willing and ready to join me in this ride this time around. Hopefully I won't have to quit or retire from these videos anytime soon. This is Jeremy the Jedi Guillory. Have a great rest of your day.